What's going on, everybody? It's Monday. It's a new day to get started during the week. And it's also Phase 3 Marine Corps recruit training. What the hell do we do in Phase 3? Well, let me tell you. All right, so Phase 3 is your final few weeks of recruit training. You're getting prepared for the final test. We call it the Crucible, but we'll get there in a minute. So, Phase 3. You got your final evals, right? Final evaluations, uniform inspections, gear inspection, military knowledge test, okay? You got your advanced marksmanship training. That's table 2. That's what we call it. It's moving targets. It's engaging with closer targets. That's the real good shit. You're not just laying on the range shooting at a stationary target. You're shooting at moving targets, okay? That's what it's all about. That the marksmanship part of the Marine Corps, every Marine is a rifleman, right? So if you didn't know that, now you know, and no one's half the battle. But think about, for 2 weeks, you get unlimited rounds, okay? Rounds that you don't have to pay for. You're enjoying being outdoors, shooting at targets, learning how to be a marksman, okay? And the stress from the drill instructor is not going to be there, of course, because you have live rounds, right? And they don't want nobody to turn those weapons on anybody. But what the hell kind of life can that be, where you get all these rounds and you get to shoot your rifle and man, I love that shit. That really gets me rolling. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I love that. It doesn't matter what your MOS, your military occupational specialty is. Man, you're a rifleman first. And every single year you're active duty in the Marine Corps, if you make it through recruit training, if you make it through Phase 3 and get to graduation, every year you get to go train. Every year you get to go shoot, okay? I get so fired up about that. It makes me excited, okay? I got goosebumps right now if it wasn't 12 freaking degrees outside. All right, so you got table 2, you got advanced marksmanship, you got your final evaluations, right? You got to look good, feel good, right? Make sure your uniform's squared away because that graduation day is coming. You got basic warrior training week. Basic warrior training. We call it BWT week. Go figure. We got to make things a little bit easier for the Marine Corps, right? We got to make things easy. BWT week. Basic warrior training, right? That's where you're going to learn with an old school compass that probably nobody watching this video, unless you're an old timer, right, has ever used, right? You're going to have a compass. You're going to have a group of recruits, and you have to shoot an azimuth. You have to do your longitude and latitude, and you got to find point A to point B to point C, right? It's the old school way, but the old school way never fails. Yeah, we have technology nowadays with GPS and Garmin and all these other things, right? But when all shit hits the fan, you got your compass and you know where to go, okay? So land navigation. You got to pass land nav. And every year you're in the Marine Corps, I guarantee you're going to do some kind of land navigation. You got regular field skills. You get a chance to sit down with the drill instructors in a group setting and learn how to apply camo paint, right? To be camouflage. How do you use cami netting? You got your camouflage paint. You don't just throw that shit on your face. There's a way to do it based on the terrain that you're in, okay? Squad tactics, all right? It's very common. You're going to hear that word a lot in your career, squad, platoon, fire team, right? Three squads, 3 platoons. You get used to these terminologies that you're going to be listening to over your recruit training, all 3 phases, okay? It's being embedded in your brain for a lifetime of success. Squad tactics, that really is just teamwork. It is a task that they give you to go out and be successful as a team. Maybe simulated doing something under machine gun fire, which in recruit training, it's not real machine gun rounds going down range. It's a simulation. It's noise. It's a lot of yelling, a lot of smoke, a lot of, just obstacles that you have to get through. But remember, all Marines are on the same team, and we have to work together to accomplish the mission. All right? All of these things in phase 3, they lead to the culmination of recruit training, which is called the Marine Corps Crucible, or we just call it the Crucible, right? It doesn't matter if you're in San Diego. It doesn't matter if you're in Parris Island. What matters is this is your last and final test. And there's no other way the Marine Corps would do it other than 54 hours of in-the-field exercises, 40 miles of hiking on your left and right Cadillacs, okay? Your Cadillacs being your feet, okay? Intense teamwork, very rigorous training, different exercises, everything you've already done that you didn't realize it, you're going to end up doing these obstacles during the Crucible. Now, let me tell you why the Crucible, other than the 54 hours of in the field, you're going to wake up butt crack early. You're going to put your pack on. You're going to be tired because you weren't sleeping that night, because all you could think about was what the hell we're going to do during the Crucible, right? You're going to be exhausted, tired, and now it's time to hike out to the beginning, okay? Seems fun at first. You're motivated. You start to wear down throughout the day. You're not eating the 3 meals a day. You have one military meal ready to eat, MRE, okay? You got water. Every now and then you're going to stop. The corpsmen are going to check your feet, make sure you're hydrated, right? But you're not going to stop very long. And then you're going to start the field exercises, all right? During this 54-hour field exercise and over these 40 miles of hiking, you're going to do all this intense teamwork and these field exercises as a squad or maybe as a fire team, right? But you're only going to get a total of 8 hours of sleep. That's if you can sleep. They will allot 8 hours, but it's up to you to actually get 8 hours of sleep. You still got to stand fire watch, which is 1 hour per person per night, if that's what the squad roster is, okay? But let me tell you, you're going to be tested physically and mentally for 54 hours straight. Everything that you're being tested on is everything you've already learned through the first 2 phases. You're going to make sure that the guy to your left or the girl to your left and right is staying upright. Make sure they're not slacking, making sure that y'all are helping each other out, motivating each other, pushing each other. Because what is the end result of the Crucible? When you make that hike back from the Crucible and you stop at the Iwo Jima Memorial, and I can only speak for Parris Island because that's where real Marines are made. But you're going to get a chance to stand there and for a drill instructor to call you a Marine, to give you that eagle, globe, and anchor, okay? And that's when it's going to hit you. Oh shit, I've made it. And you're going to cry like a baby. Male, female, it doesn't matter. You're going to cry like a baby, all right? And then after all of that, you get the warrior breakfast the next day, or maybe it's the same day, but you get the warrior breakfast. And after all that, you finally said, damn, I made it, right? But you got to make it through the week leading up to graduation week, continuation of making sure the uniforms are good to go. You need to make sure that on family day, you don't fuck yourself over and get comfortable and go out there and eat a lot of crap, because you're going to pay for that on your last night in the squad bay at boot camp, right? You want to make sure that you're loving your family, you appreciate your family, but maintain the standard that you have gone through the last 3 months. You know, make sure that when you're out there, you're composing yourself as a Marine, which you are pretty much before you graduate. I mean, the closest you will be before graduation day. So then, graduation day. Graduation day, you're going to get in your uniform of the day, whatever the depot decides is what the graduation is going to be, whether it's the camouflage utility uniform, whether it's your Charlie uniform, your dress blues, whatever it is for that day. And you're going to fall in formation, and you're going to make that last hike. This time, I'm pretty sure your drill instructors are going to be standing tall. They've had a rough 3 months, as much as you've had a rough 3 months away from their family. You've been away from your family. And they're going to march you in, and they're going to sing the cadences, and you're going to feel really good. And it's going to feel like a long, drawn-out event. But the Marine Corps does such a beautiful job of making these graduations special. I mean, the attention to detail. The family members are there. Other general officers, other Marines are there. I mean, it's a really big deal on Fridays when Marines graduate boot camp. Once you walk across that parade deck and they dismiss their platoons and you're officially a United States Marine, now is the first step of that foundation that you get to build on. You know, a lot of young guys or women, they want to use this opportunity to propose to their loved one. Don't let other events overshadow recruit training and graduation day. Yeah, you can propose and all that, but I can tell you that your life as a Marine has really just started. The infant Marine in you has just started. You have so much more to come, where after recruit training, you're going to go on to your 10 days of boot leave, and then you're going to go on. You're going to go on to Marine Corps combat training or the School of Infantry, depending on your military occupational specialty, your MOS. You're going to go to your job school, okay? It's all just beginning after phase 3. And now's the time that you have to maintain the discipline that you've learned from the recruiter to the drill instructor. And now it's on to solely you making sure that you stay disciplined and make sure you understand that everything you do has to be within Marine Corps standard. All right. These times that you have gone through with first, second, third phase recruit training are going to live with you for the rest of your life. And you're going to be telling stories for the rest of your life because you're excited, because you did something that only 1% of Americans can say they've done. You are a United States Marine. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you go out there, learn as much as you can. And I hope you've enjoyed the series of Marine Corps recruit training phases 1 through 3. Comment below. Let me know what else you want to hear about, learn about. I'm here. If you're about to go to recruit training, send me a message. I'm here to help you become a United States Marine however I can, other than walk you through it. And until then, thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you.